Y'all, this is 10X Generation, and this is my road to $1 billion. So, in the previous video, I basically talked about how I messed up a bunch and my steps to fix it. One of the problems was that I've been misconfiguring my ads this entire time. So, yeah, just that would turn into an endless kind of abyss that I would throw money into because I didn't set up conversions correctly. And the second thing is that my app for just because I did the code incorrectly, it automatically canceled like a third or probably more than that, a good portion of the potential sales. So just wasting money. And ever since I fixed that, I've just been seeing how it's going, and it's not like a significant boost that I've seen. The ads are beginning to work. And I'm not getting as many declines or sale cancels, so that's cool. But I was going to make a video before this one about confusion and how I could describe this period of my life as just confusion. Like, I never before in my life have I felt so confused about things. And, if I had to describe the last couple of months, it would be like overthinking, confusion, just disorientation. Just I had really lack of direction. And in the previous video, I was going to say, that's just the stage that I'm in. I'm in my early 20s. I'm just introduced to adulthood, and there are a lot of things that I don't fully understand. So it's natural to feel confused, just as it's natural for a 8-year-old to be immature or a 15-year-old to be a little bit defiant, right? It's just a stage. And my solution to that is to embrace the confusion. Is to, what do you do when you're confused? You seek out as much information as possible. And I was going to post it, but I hesitated for a couple of days when posting that video because it just didn't sit well with me. And the reason why I didn't was because that's what I've always done. I've always sought more information to quell my confusion, right? If I don't understand something, I research it until I understand it. And this usually works with academics, with programming, with just skills in general. You can consume information until you get it. But for life and direction and like how you should live and things like that, it's like an endless abyss of information, and there is no real correct answer. So this is kind of a redo of that video, just to say that in this age of confusion, with information everywhere telling you how you should be and what you need to do or the secret that you need to have in order to get the things you want, I found that it's actually a lot simpler than the world would have you think. And the way I came to this conclusion is because I was just thinking, like, it's so confusing nowadays because there's so much information. And, most would argue that the more information you're exposed to, or I would previously argue that the more information you're exposed to, the better the decisions you can make. But in certain domains, such as life and direction and what you should do and what you should be, like I said, there's an endless abyss of information. So by utilizing that strategy of just endlessly consuming information, it actually leaves you more confused. And here's another way of thinking about it. Your brain has a certain amount of, you could think of it as a computer, and it processes information. And of course, every idea, every piece of information has a certain amount of processing time. If you're constantly consuming information, you will be stuck in this state of figuring things out, right? If you're always, it's like if you're always eating, you're always digesting. And if you're always thinking about things, it means you're confused and you're not able to confidently make a decision forward. And the solution is actually the exact opposite, I think. Well, what's worked for me is the exact opposite, is to consume less information. So what I did was basically put a break on education, right? I still programmed did things that weren't, I basically did things that weren't learning new things. Like programming, it's me programming. Like it's like writing, right? I'm not actually learning anything new. I'm creating something. But on my free time, instead of consuming philosophy and different other skills that I want to learn, like the new physics things and all the stuff that I used to look up, I just didn't do that. I played cards, solitaire, just something real simple. And it's an interesting story. I may be rambling, but whatever. In playing solitaire, I was playing. I looked up the rules and how to play, and I was in the middle of a game, and I kept losing over and over and over again. I was like, why am I keep losing? Am I missing something? And I kept playing and I kept losing, and I didn't get why. Because I was like, I could get this game. It's easy. Why am I not winning it? And I was looking for what I was missing, pretty much. Like, I kept losing, and I was wondering, I kept looking up what I'm missing. What am I not doing correctly that makes it so that I keep losing? And the conclusion that I found is that I wasn't actually missing anything. I just wasn't confident that I knew everything that I needed to know. And that prevented me from actually winning. And that may seem like a weird example, but, it could teach you still a lesson that sometimes you have everything you need to know to get the things that you want. Like, maybe I don't know, you may know how to get rich. You may know how to get that whatever, right, in life. You may know exactly how to do it, but the idea that you don't know everything that you need to know, or don't have all the requirements, or you're missing this one nugget of information, that keeps you from actually getting what you want and what you desire. It's like a door, right? It's like a door that someone told you there's a key for. And you're looking for this key. As long as you believe that you need a key to go through the door, you will never open up the door. But as soon as you think, oh wait, this door is unlocked, I don't need a key, instantly you can walk in through the door. And I think a lot of things are like that. A lot of things that you just have to realize that there is no secret, there is no key, you're not missing anything. There's not some piece of information somewhere that you have to look and scour and think about to get the things that you want. You already have all the rules necessary. You already have the processing power necessary. You have everything that you need to get the things that you want. It's just your belief that you don't have enough, or you don't have everything that you need, that's keeping you from getting the things that you want. So those are the two lessons that I've kind of learned, and that's helped me out a lot, is that this world is filled with information and people constantly telling you that you need to know the secret. You have to get this in order to get this next thing, and you have to do research to figure out how to live and how to be a good person and all these things. And the truth is, most of that is just noise, and the longer you listen to the noise, the longer it keeps you from actually moving forward, because it keeps you in this state of confusion, this state of contradicting information, new information that you have to process. And if you're anything like me, who loves information, who actually gets an enjoyment out of learning new things, this can lead you in like a treadmill where you're constantly learning new things, but you're not getting anywhere. So that's the first lesson. Limit the amount of information you're actually consuming. It will make you less confused if you reduce the information in certain domains. Not everything. Some things, more information you know about it, the better. But in other domains, sometimes you just have to say, I know enough. Let me move forward. And the second lesson ties into the first lesson. In some things in life, you don't need anything else. There's no secret. There's no anything. You could look around you. You could look at the world around you, the things that you already have, and realize you have everything you need to build what you want to build, or to achieve what you want to achieve. There's no secret or anything like that. But yeah, so with that, it's helped me gain clarity in what I need to do. The first thing I need to do is, number one priority is to stop losing money in my business. So instead of trying to figure out the exact app that I need to make and what the perfect demographic is, and doing all that and overthinking all that and doing research and journaling and doing all this stuff to figure out how I can best turn a profit. I just go with the first idea that I think of, after of course some thinking, but not constantly consuming information. Yeah, so I need to do that, and that's the next biggest priority, in addition to continue building out Neon Arcade games, which I've done. But that's mostly a waiting game, honestly. My next goal is to get a remote user, so somebody to remotely connect to my computer and pay for that time. That's the next goal. Yeah, so yeah. So thank you all so much for watching. The next video will likely be when I'm done with this new app, and it will be an ad for that new app. I think you guys will find it pretty quite useful. But it's a real simple application that could really help people. But of course the main goal is to turn a profit. But yeah, so thank you all so much for watching. This is 10X Generation, and I'll see you guys next time.